Big story we are breaking at this hour. History has been made at Oval. India has won the Oval thriller. That's a big victory for India, beating England by 6 runs is what we are picking up. And it's been a fantastic turnaround. With England cantering towards victory, India has done what was looking rather difficult. It's a miraculous turnaround in that sense of the word. Essentially, the test, of course, has been known for just so many injuries and so many twists and turns, but it's been absolutely fantastic and a stunning turnaround, isn't it? Rahul is with us with the very latest. Rahul, just sum this up for us. What's going on there? India has done what was looking pretty difficult, isn't it?
Well, Sneha, it has to be one of the most epic victories as far as India is concerned. 35 runs were all that India had to defend. And look at the way these players, these people, in fact, Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, they've performed just 35 runs. Trust me, England were heavy favorites. In fact, now the series ends in a 2-all draw. What can you say? In fact, yesterday it seemed all over for India. Then what happens is bad light, then rain, and then both the teams had to come again today, and 35 runs. Mohammad Siraj has bowled his heart out. The lone man standing as far as fast bowlers are concerned from either side. And he ends up with a 5-wicket haul. 4 of the wickets that fell today, he picked 3 of them. Just 6 runs. Just 6 runs is the margin. And to be very honest, it's a fitting end to this fantastic test series, a thrilling test series. A young team without Virat Kohli, without Rohit Sharma, without Ravichandran Ashwin, not many would have given India a chance when they arrived in England earlier in July. But then what has happened? They now, in fact, there was a huge incentive when they actually came to the Oval for this test match. They were down 1-2 in the series, and now they end the series with a 2-all scoreline. I'm sure the Indians would have wanted to win this series, but then this scoreline, I'm sure Gautam Gambhir, Shubman Gill, this young side will be very, very satisfied and happy because they had their chances. They dominated a lot of those days in this series, but 5 test matches went right to the wire. If you see, all 5 test matches ended on day 5. In fact, we've spoken to so many people here from England, from India, and everybody was so thrilled to be a part of this test series. And now this scoreline at 374 definitely was not an easy target. But the way Harry Brook and Joe Root played yesterday, and then the comeback, from the Indian fast bowlers, Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj. And what did Mohammad Siraj do today? He had just 35 runs to defend, and England had an entire day with 4 wickets in hand. Of course, one of them was Chris Woakes, who came out last with a broken shoulder. But then Mohammad Siraj picked 3 of those wickets, ends up with 23 wickets in this series. In fact, he is the only fast bowler from either side to have played all 5 test matches. It has been a long series, and this test match has to be one of the greatest victories as far as India is concerned.
That's right. Rahul, be with us. I'm just going to quickly bring in Nikhil also for more on that. First time, Nikhil, Captain Gill goes to England, scores most runs in this series, draws the series also. How big an achievement is this really for a young captain on his first series? How do you look at it?
Well, Sneha, this particular series was going to determine the future of the Indian team. That is exactly how everyone was looking at it. Remember, 3 of India's stalwarts in test match cricket, that includes R. Ashwin, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, all were missing for the very first time. So this was going to be the litmus test of this Indian team. And on majority of the occasions throughout this series, they had been trailing. They were 1-0 down at one point, 2-1 down at the other point, staring at a definite 3-1 series loss till the day four of the test match really panned out. But what the Indian team has done in the last two sessions has absolutely been breathtaking. I think, even if I jog back my memory into some of the finest test wins, this will rank in the top 3 or the top 5 wins that India have achieved in the history of Test cricket when it comes to Sena country. And why do I say that? It's not just the context of the game, the way they make the comeback from an absolute hopeless situation. It is also about that team in transition that you're talking about without their experienced stalwarts. It's also the country that they're playing in. Remember, this is England, where India in its entire history have only managed to win thrice. Only 3 series wins. You have to go back to 71, to 86, to 2007 to look at those series wins. So more often than not, Indian teams that have travelled to the English shore have ended up losing. Even the team that was helmed by someone like a Virat Kohli at best could manage to tie the series. So with that in mind, what this team has achieved has been absolutely incredible. I think the talking point has to be what we've witnessed in the last 2 sessions. They were cruising very close to victory, 60-odd runs needed with 6 wickets in hand. Nobody really gave India any chance to win that game from there. But to have ensured that within that 50-run margin, they have managed to get the remaining 6 wickets. Absolutely outstanding stuff from the Indian bowlers and the standout performance. I think it is also justified. Remember, Mohammad Siraj is the one that we've been talking about. He gave his best, and it's only befitting that the final wicket to fall also for India to win this test match and tie the series also goes to Mohammad Siraj.
All right, he's the only pacer to have played all 5 tests, bowled his heart out in the last delivery in that sense, and absolutely impressive, isn't it?
Well, that's right. I mean, he's bowled more than 1,000 deliveries in this test series. We saw some top-notch pacers that were part of this series. Jofra Archer from England, one of the best fast bowlers that you have in the world. He could not last all the test matches. Ben Stokes, one of the best all-rounders to have ever played the sport. He could not last all the 5 test matches. Jasprit Bumrah, India's #1 numero fast bowler, because of workload management, he could not last that 5 test match. And every other bowler who participated in this series, whether it was Prasidh Krishna and Shardul Thakur adding to Bumrah and Siraj from the Indian side, or whether it was a Josh Tongue or a Gus Atkinson that were there from the English team, there have been many. There would have been close to 10, 11 pacers that have played in this 5 test match series. But there's only one name that has played every single game. And just to give you a context, Sneha, that each fast bowler, we've had a couple of test matches with a very short break of 3 days. Imagine bowling close to 60 overs in a test match with a 3-day break, again bowling 60 overs. The last over that Mohammad Siraj was bowling, imagine, after having bowled more than 1,000 overs, any fast bowler, his pace will drop. One of the balls that he bowled right towards the end of the test match was clocked at 146 kilometers per hour. One of the fastest balls that we've seen in this series. Just goes on to tell you what a big heart he has, that even at the death of this series, right at the end of this series, where everyone was tired, he was still bowling his heart out.
That's right. No, also talk to us a little, Nikhil, about how important has Jadeja's role really been in this series. He's been a warrior with the bat, scoring crucial runs for India.
Sorry, Sneha, I missed out on the name that you meant.
My question has got to do with Jadeja's role in this series.
Jadeja has been incredible, and I think not just Jadeja. I think this was a big debating point in Indian cricket, Sneha, whether India should be packing its test team with multiple all-rounders. But this team management stuck with that theory. Instead of going with specialists, they stuck with all-rounders, and they had multiple all-rounders in a Washington Sundar, who also chipped in with the ball and the bat. They even went with a Shardul Thakur earlier before he got his injury. Even a Nitish Reddy was being looked at as an all-rounder. So India continued to play all-rounders at the risk of leaving some of their specialist players. Someone like a Kuldeep Yadav, a certified match winner, was not getting a chance to play in the 11, a decision that was also criticized. But I think the captain and the coach stuck with their plan of playing with the all-rounders, and I think the all-rounders have paid them in kind. You talk about Jadeja on crucial occasions coming up with those runs. I mentioned Washington Sundar that came up with runs, and I'll tell you, runs from a very unexpected quarter in Al Akashdeep. When you look back at this test match, we will definitely celebrate this line-hearted effort by a Siraj and a Prasidh Krishna with the ball, and maybe the 100 that Yashasvi Jaiswal got. But there was another player in an Akashdeep who's an out-and-out bowler, but in this particular test match got 66 runs in the second innings. That is what allowed India to set England an improbable target of 374 runs. Imagine an out-and-out bowler giving you 66 runs in a very crucial innings of a test match. So I think the heart that Indian bowlers showed, as you mentioned, Jadera, they've all really been standout. And if you take a macro look at this series, if I had to zero in on heroes, I clearly will have 6 to 7 names that have stepped up on some occasion or the other. And I think that's a hallmark of a top side.
All
It's
right.
not dominated by 1 or 2 players. I can at least name 6 to 7 heroes that India has had in this series, which has probably helped them tie this series 2-2 with England.